everybody, how y'all doing today? Um, Sorry it's been a while. I know I was supposed to do an update video with y'all about 2 weeks ago. Today is December 10th. So right now I am about a month and a half post-op. Um, so let's get to it. So last time I talked with y'all, I was just stepping into the hard food stage or being able to start my regular diet. Um, it's been pretty interesting. I've had a few issues come along here and there, mentally and physically. Mainly, the main issue I started to experience was the nausea and also the acid reflux. That was kind of a big issue I was experiencing for a while, just trying to figure out different things I could hold down. Some things, of course, are better than others. I didn't try nothing completely heavy. Mainly, I've been eating like fish, salmon, shrimp. I eat chicken, like chicken breast, like boneless chicken breast, every now and then. It doesn't necessarily always sit well with me though. So since last time you guys I spoke with you all, that's kind of been what I'm doing. I don't really have those issues as much. I did take some medicine that kind of helped me a lot with that. Other than that, things are going pretty well. Last time I spoke with you all, I believe I was around 405. I am officially part of the 300 club, so that is a good step in my journey. I recently did start exercising, actually about a day or two ago. That's when I officially started. But pretty much right now I'm just trying to figure out what works best for me. You know, I'm still learning myself again, if that makes sense. Determining when I'm hungry or if I'm really hungry or not. I've been learning signs of when I get full. Typically, a meal may take me about 30 minutes, sometimes maybe even longer to eat. Pretty much, I just want to go at a steady, slow pace because if I eat too fast, I do notice I get like pressure built up in my chest, or it may start to hurt some, and I start to belch. And pretty much I take a few minutes between each bite to kind of like let it make its way down. But pretty much as of right now, my diet, typically in the morning I will make a protein shake for breakfast. And then at lunch I may have a light lunch like a protein bar or string cheese or boiled egg. Sometimes maybe a salad. For dinner, so it varies. I may have like a baked piece of fish or baked boneless chicken or a couple shrimps, and typically I like to mix that, eat that with a side of veggies or maybe a stir fry. Um, I've done a pasta salad, so it really just depends. I'm really like a big fan of okra, um, green beans, salad, those type of things. I did have a lot of you all ask me about the smoothie, what I put in my smoothie, which I'll show you guys that momentarily because it took me a while to figure out exactly how I like it, because a lot of people that complain about, oh, well, it's too bland or it's not sweet enough and stuff like that. But for the most part, lately I've just been working on getting my protein level up. Also taking in the amount of liquids, so I'm trying to increase my liquid intake. Typically, as far as liquids go, I drink water. Um, what is it called? Crystal Light. I'm sorry. Also, I have the sugar-free Powerades. I was recently on the Gatorade Zero, but I didn't really like it. I'll be honest. I didn't really like it. And the sugar-free Powerades, they have a little better flavor. Um, so that's kind of what I've been drinking as well. Um, Other issues I may have is I have um, I have dizzy spells sometimes, which is kind of a sign that I may not be getting the full amount of calories and protein that I'm needed to per day, but I'm steady working on that. And that's kind of why I threw in the protein shake to make sure I'm getting closer to that amount that I'm needing to intake. Um, I did have an incident a couple weeks ago. I went to see one of my cousins in the hospital. They was in the hospital for something, and I was there in the room. There's multiple people there just sitting and talking, and I was standing, and I was fine for a while. I was kind of standing still, like in one place. I didn't have my knees locked or nothing, but I did get dizzy all of a sudden, and it was bad to the point where I thought I was gonna faint actually, and I kind of fell over on my cousin some, like I need to sit down, and my anxiety started going and stuff, and like they sat me down, gave me a wet towel, put over my head and stuff like that. It was kind of warm in the room, so that could have taken a part. And also, I did at that point just finish taking my blood thinners that was prescribed to me for 30 days. So that was kind of a weird incident. It did frighten me some, but after a few moments of sitting there, I relaxed and I felt fine. I don't think it was a dehydration issue because I've been drinking plenty of liquids, and I had a water bottle with me at the time it happened, so I was definitely sipping water still. But other than that, haven't had any major issues. Again, just working on different things, eating wise. Um, I have noticed some changes in myself. Obviously, some people see that they can tell I'm getting a little bit smaller. But other than that, like I could notice my energy level has increased since surgery a lot. I don't really get tired as much as I used to. I also have asthma. My asthma has been quite under control. For the most part, it's not really an issue that much. I haven't used like my inhaler in a few weeks actually. I still use my machine though, typically like maybe if I'm going to be gone from the house all day, I may take it in the morning just as a precautionary reason. Um, but also, my clothes, which I may show you in another video. I can't fit my jeans anymore. I mean, they fit, but very loosely to the point where I have to wear a belt with them to keep them on my waist. Some of my shirts fit a lot better. Also, there's a couple shirts I used to could not fit and could fit now. Like my stomach has pretty much went down some, and so able to comfortably wear certain shirts that fit a lot better now. Some people ask, do I have any like before and after pics? It's only been a month and a couple weeks now. And I do apologize. I believe at the beginning I said my last video was a month post-op, but it was actually 2 weeks. So this is actually my month post-op video. I'm just 2 weeks late again, but again, I apologize for that. But so I do have a couple pictures that I have taken recently. I will show you guys a couple of those during the video, so you could kind of, see how I've come along so far. Also, another thing is the scale. I want to talk about that for a second as well. Don't get discouraged. I will be honest. I was accustomed to looking at that scale like every other day, trying to see how much pounds I've lost. And I'll be honest, sometimes it's not going to go at the rate you want. Um, and typically, there's a couple times I'll be like, dang, I only lost this amount. And, it can be discouraging, but I actually put my scale up in the closet for like a week just to try and stay focused, because you got to trust the process. Definitely got to trust the process. You got to trust yourself that you're making the right decisions and doing the right things. So don't get discouraged if you're going through this process, or even if you're on your own weight loss journey that's not involved with this surgery. But stay focused. Definitely, that is a main thing, is trusting the process. Make sure you're surrounding yourself with positivity and good people, good vibes, good energy. That all takes a part. So that is one thing I also had to struggle with, is just trusting the process. I have a follow up with my surgeon next week, so I'm going to wait till then to weigh myself. Last time I weighed myself, I'll go ahead and tell you guys, I was about 398, 399. So I did cross over that 400 goal, which is my short term goal. So I have succeeded at that. My next weight loss goal is I want to get to 350. And at that point, I want to have that done by May 18th to be exact, which is my birthday. So I feel like I have plenty of time, especially that I've added exercise in my routine now. So that is my next short-term goal. But other than that, things have been well. I do find myself at times getting eager, but I feel that this comes along with it, especially when you have ambition and you're ready to just succeed. So you do find yourself getting a bit eager. But other than that, I did also want to mention Thanksgiving. A few people did ask me about Thanksgiving. Hey Torn, how did your Thanksgiving go? Typically, because at Thanksgiving, that week prior, I was just cleared to, start my regular diet, being able to eat regular foods. Thanksgiving wasn't as bad as I thought. Mainly one thing is because I don't really have that hunger sensation a lot. And with that being said, after the surgery, you may have the sense of hunger at times, but you'll never get to that starvation level. Like, oh, I'm starving, and you go pig out. Since surgery, I've never had that desire or that feeling of starvation. Now, hunger, that sensation comes a little bit, and even then, it's not intense. It's more like I could eat something. But I did try a couple things on Thanksgiving. I was around my friends and family. There was plenty of different foods. But what I had mainly, I had like a piece of turkey, a couple green beans. I did try a spoon of macaroni. I know I shouldn't have, but it was Thanksgiving, so I gave myself a little leeway trying that. But really, that's about it that I tried for that day. Um, I'm lying, I did have a piece of ham as well. Not an all in one setting, of course, but just that day. So it wasn't really as bad as I thought, being around people that are making these big, huge plates and going for seconds and eating all these desserts, cake, pie, banana pudding, all that stuff. So it wasn't that bad. I did start back, cooking, as a lot of you know, I love cooking. Um, Not necessarily always for myself, but I love cooking for my friends and family. So I have picked back up on cooking, and it's not hard as I thought with the temptations, because a lot of the stuff I cook I really can't eat right now. or even some of the things I cook I may eat, but not in quantities I'm used to eating. And I really haven't had much issue struggling with that like I thought I would. So overall, the journey is continuing. I haven't had many other issues other than what I mentioned to you all. And again, I'm 6 weeks post-op, and I'm glad I made this decision. Definitely, I feel like it's worth it. I could tell my body changing. The weight is coming off, and that's the main thing. Is I'm trying to work towards a healthier lifestyle. And again, if any of you all may have any questions or maybe want to ask me something directly that I didn't answer for you, or even if you are considering going through this procedure, feel free to reach out to me. I'll list my social media info in the description. If you're watching this, please go ahead and subscribe. I love to, talk to you guys and share my experience. Again, this is my first time going through this, so everything's not perfect, and I'm learning on the way. But I get motivation from you guys. I love the support. I appreciate every one of you, and so I'll probably make another video on my 2 month post-op, which will be in about a little over 2 weeks. Or I may wait to maybe like after Christmas, because that falls right in line with my 2 month post-op. So during that time, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm sorry, before I even get to that, I did tell you guys I was going to show you guys what I put in my protein drinks. Let me go ahead and show you that. I apologize, my mind just slipped. One moment. Okay guys, so here I am. This is my typical setup for my smoothies. So just to start off, I do have the ISOP here. This is definitely a good protein powder. It's very healthy. It's unflavored, of course. They do have different flavors, but I got unflavored because you can add this to different foods that you make just to ensure you're getting the protein intake you need. Carb free, so there's 0 carbs in this, and you get about 25 grams of protein per scoop. I do put 1 scoop per day into my protein shake. I do use the Magic Bullet. Great blender. I ordered this off of Amazon. It really works. Haven't had any issues. To the fruits, I get these bags from Walmart. They're pretty cheap and good. They're high in fiber and vitamin C. They do have different fruits, but I love the mixed fruit because I like pineapples and peaches. And I do have the berry mix, so that has, like your raspberry, blackberries, and so on. As far as milk, I do use the Silk. I have cashew, and I also have the almond milk. I do unsweetened because I don't need any sugar, so 0 grams of sugar. I use the black chia seeds, which is good in fiber. It also helps clean you out. So if you're using this, I guarantee it's probably going to make you go to the bathroom at least the first few times. It does have a little bit of carbs, but again, it's high in fiber and also contains protein as well. So definitely use that, and you could use that as well in different meals. You could spread that over your salad and things of that. I do use the cinnamon and also Crystal Light. This is for to add a little sweetness, because people add bananas in theirs, but bananas does have carbs, so I'm trying to limit that. Cinnamon is sugar free and salt free, so it's definitely good. And the Crystal Light, I know a lot of people are like, you're supposed to use that for water. Just experimenting. Of course, Crystal Light is sugar free, and it has 0 carbs. So I do use maybe like half a pack. They have a lot of different flavors. So typically this is just the box I have open right now, but you could try any flavor, and I use like half a pack. I also use ice. I use a couple bits of ice. So that is something else I add into the ingredient, which I will show a picture of just kind of how it looks in the video. So look at that as well. Okay guys, so here I am. This is my typical setup for my smoothies. So just to start off, I do have the ISOP here. This is definitely a good protein powder. It's very healthy. It's unflavored, of course. They do have different flavors, but I got unflavored because you can add this to different foods that you make just to ensure you're getting the protein intake you need. Carb free, so there's zero carbs in this, and you get about 25 grams of protein per scoop. I do put 1 scoop per day into my protein shake. Um, I do use the Magic Bullet. Great blender. I ordered this off of Amazon. It really works. Haven't had any issues. To the fruits, I get these bags from Walmart. They're pretty cheap and good. They're high in fiber and vitamin C. They do have different fruits, but I love the mixed fruit because I like pineapples and peaches. And I do have the berry mix, so that has, like your raspberry, blackberries, and so on. As far as milk, I do use the Silk. I have cashew, and I also have the almond milk. I do unsweetened because I don't need any sugar, so 0 grams of sugar. I use the black chia seeds, which is good in fiber. It also helps clean you out. So if you're using this, I guarantee it's probably going to make you go to the bathroom at least the first few times. It does have a little bit of carbs, but again, it's high in fiber and also contains protein as well. So definitely use that, and you could use that as well in different meals. You could spread that over your salad and things of that. I do use the cinnamon and also Crystal Light. This is for to add a little sweetness, because people add bananas in theirs, but bananas does have carbs, so I'm trying to limit that. Cinnamon is a sugar free and salt free, so it's definitely good. And the Crystal Light, I know a lot of people are like, you're supposed to use that for water. Just experimenting. Of course, Crystal Light is sugar free, um, and it has 0 carbs. So I do use maybe like half a pack. They have a lot of different flavors. So typically, this is just the box I have open right now. But you could try any flavor, and I use like half a pack. I also use ice. I use a couple bits of ice. So that is something else I add into the ingredient, which I will show a picture of just kind of how it looks in the video. So look at that as well. That consists of my video for today. Again, this is my month post-op video. Technically, it's 6 weeks at this point. I was about 2 weeks late making this video. Again, I do apologize to you all. But again, my next video I would like to do at a 2 month post-op, which will fall around the day or two before Christmas. So probably look for a new video that weekend after Christmas. I'll probably have one uploaded for you guys. Again, I do thank each and every one of you who have been supporting me, kind words and encouragement and love. I definitely do appreciate that. God knows it means a lot to me. It just motivates me to do better. To all of you guys who are watching, please subscribe to my channel. I love to speak with you guys, and it motivates me to keep going and sharing my experience along this journey. Again, if any of you all have any questions or concerns that I may have not answered, or if you want to ask me something more on a personal note, feel free to reach out to me. I will list my social media information in the description below. But again, I thank you all. I will talk to you guys soon, and stay blessed. Have a good one.